Come on. Grand Rising, beloved. Hey, another video, little bonus right here. Just had the privilege. I was listening to Mr. Taylor. How you doing, sir? I went down in your history, man. You do a lot. You've been doing a lot. You been on top of this for a long time, all right? Just so a little perturbed of myself that, didn't find you earlier in the game, but purpose, right? So, see that another black man has went through some things, all right, down there in Mississippi. So Mississippi wants to be the soundboard, okay? So because of that video, I understand why mothers, any mother or father, would say what they said, all right? My video before that, I stipulated, we have gotten toward, not that I don't like it or whatever, it's upsetting when we get towards, when we have to tell our little black boys and little black girls to leave our Caucasian brothers and sisters alone because of what's going on today. That's hard. That's hard. That's very, very, very hard, right? But is it sound judgment? How much you love your child until we find out, you know what I'm saying? But I still go back to awareness, all right? Awareness of who our children are playing with, engaging with, more not toddler little kids, because we know that we're around them, that don't permeate so much when you're at the playground and 5 and 6 around the park down here and stuff. But it permeate when your children are going a little farther out from their zone, regular zone, and mom and dad ain't around and stuff, and they're, impressionable. Of course, it's not gonna be reasoning, all right? The reasons, and then get to the solutions. Reasoning, because you gotta look at your school system dying down, So what do they learn? What do our babies learn to have a sort of discipline to engage each other and be around each other, to absorb each other's energy, to coexist? They learn to coexist in school, right? So if the school ain't there, school failure, stuff like that, there you go. That's one. The climate, right? The change of guard and power, it's here. They can't stop nothing, beloved, whoever they is, all right? Because how I look at it, the change of power structure and stuff like that, where that those who have been asleep, like B said, those who've been in so much of a coma state that, we coexisting and things and wanting to more coexist rather than coexist and ensure that our equality, our power, that as we stand, whether we rich, a lot of us don't have the money to show folks we gon' be here whether you like us or not. You see what I'm talking about? Them times are coming though for a lot of people, right? Who's gonna do right by it, right? But the demographics make a difference. Once upon a time, many can say this, we lived amongst ourselves, right? Though we had inclusion with Dr. Martin Luther King, and he got what he wanted in his vision, he got what he wanted. We spread it out more because of that and things like that, thinking that we were viable in so many ways, right? Some other stayed parallel with a system, right? Boule, stuff like that. Well, you come to the time, you have to understand, did we spread ourselves thin? Where that when you need us, can we gravitate to each other? You see what I'm talking about? So that's two. And where did a lot of the stanky leg of slavery and all the oppression from back today, where did it manifest? Where did it permeate? Where did it never come to any kind of, other than die down, go hiding, get in some suits, build other organizations, defactionize and spread somewhere else. See what I'm talking about? That's three. Viable solutions today. Just me. Outside gonna do what it want. We read our saying, God grant me the wisdom to accept the things I can change and the serenity to accept the things I can't. You know what I'm talking about? So watch this. I can't change outside, but I can change what's inside. So inside my household, inside me, inside my child, I can influence in that way. You see what I'm talking about? So engaging with our children more. Parents know, we all know, shake your head, go like this. We be thinking we know our kids. There's sides to this. As a child, know yourself. Did you show your parents all your sides? We'll wait. Did your parents know all your friends? Even when your parents said, stay your butt away from such and such and such. In the back, when they weren't looking, was you with such and such and such and such? Go like this. Okay. So you think it ain't gonna be stronger today? 10 to the 10th power, for sure. So we have talking about our beloveds in court right now, Pop, right? About his life. Why his name? What was he talking about? Brenda got a baby, stuff like this. I'm saying something, beloved. I'm even getting deeper and stronger with it. What killed him? Not who, what. You see what I'm talking about? So today is the day that we being encouraged. Do I need to be more a part of my child's life? No matter how old they are and whatever, look what's going on. Do I need to be a part of my family's life? This is real. You know what I'm talking about? Where your protection at, family. All right. In that, like I keep saying, we got all these apps and stuff to find us and this, that, and be a promoter. How smart are we? How smart are we? Are we smartly using our phone? Because we got apps that can detect this stuff. Well, such and such got hung. Well, where was he at last? Well, we don't. What you mean you don't know? How many smartphones you got in your house that can download that app? Where you going, bro? Hey, I'm finna shoot. All right. You know I'm telling it because when you listen to the stories that little Sally, little Susie, all these disappeared, gone, you're like, nobody knew what, same thing. If we're not even putting them on the little children, we ain't even using these smart, which you supposed to be smartly using. That's why it's called a smartphone, because the smart person is using a phone that is catering to your smart, right? But if we ain't using it like that, but we buy them and we pay the bill for the other things and stuff like that. So that right there tell us what I think others be talking about in the same light. But I get you. You know what I'm saying? It's double right now. We can all correlate with this. That's why I come along and say, hey, let's tell our young ones, like, let's stop the ganging and the out in the streets and killing each other and feuding with each other and stuff when you got other folks that are willing to do that for you. Now, why? You don't think people hear the rhetoric? You got great people out here, all right? All colors that listen, understand because they from that same past, and it's distasteful, ugly, nasty. But at the same time, you got people willing to go back and transform that past to now, who some of them people was at their White House because they don't even like their own. Stay with me. That was a demonstration. You ain't all up in the White House. You ain't president. Senators full up in there. They up in there fighting their own. Maybe we in the way. Maybe they think we want to save some folks. I don't know what they thinking. I'm like this though. It's a sign for me. We gotta police ourselves up, big time, more than ever. We have to police ourselves because, like one said, you don't hear little Mexicans getting hung. You don't hear no other race. And Miss Chapman said there's Hispanic and Chinese, Vietnamese, and all that. You don't hear nobody else. You don't hear nobody else. So what that mean? We have to be our own police. Ain't nobody telling us not. We can't do that. Police ourselves up. Hey, where you going, young dog? Where y'all going? Y'all good? How many with y'all? What you know what I'm saying? What part of town y'all? Woo. We have to continue to encourage her because we've been running around. Our youngest been running around willy nilly, thinking everything hunky dory. Why? Because if the school is dysfunctional, education system dysfunctional, if parents ain't at home teaching history, all the plethora of energy that you understand, Mr. Taylor, and others. This got to get through others' ears to understand. Stop. Pay attention of our surroundings and awareness of what's going on. Change your power. Somebody but gonna be hurt. Consciousness filling people's heads. Top to bottom. People, feelings are going to be hurt. Why? Because as we continue to do this, beloved, we might demonstrate a lot of our weaknesses and where we come down and things that we've been through and da-da-da. But at the same time, you don't think folks see us coming in our kind to understand we are not our past and we look so much better today, the same of what people thought at one point in time was going to destroy us, make us shut up, make us bow down, make us powerless. Come on now. I was stationed in Leesville, Louisiana. You can drive, where I was stationed at, you can drive to the border and go over across Texas right there. What was that place? Where the older man, I think 2008 or something like, don't quote me on that, but around there, I believe. Was it? Nah, it was later than. It was 2000. Ooh, it was real later, because it was before my deployment, 2005, 2003, so yeah. It was around when my child was born. Some people know, down there in Texas where that older man got a drug hooked up to that truck and they drug him out there. No, that was crime. That was KKK. All right. And you could tell, I could tell, because black folks, these ain't them times. Why I say that? Because you have, and we have to be careful and aware, because just as you have them proud folks that'll do that, proud about doing it, you have them same folks in them same family and that trees and stuff, hate that, disgusted, that'll fight it even harder than you. See what I'm talking about? So that's the tricky part in there for us. But it don't have to be tricky. All we have to do is round ourselves up. We have to, right now. It's an emergency. Right now, it's an emergency on us. If you ain't in your main operating zone, meaning everybody see you go to work, know where you work, everybody, something happened to you, everybody. You see what I'm talking about? See it. Why I don't move around places, people are like, oh, you need to go enjoy yourself, and you need to go here, and you need to go to the beach, and huh? See what I'm talking about? So I can give the opportunist and stuff. Now that's not saying live your life in fear and all that stuff. No. But Sean, no, I ain't going nowhere out the ordinary that I don't already go by myself. In this climate, I'm paying attention to signals. Understand? Is it being scared? No. It's saying, Do you need to go to a vacation and travel and go do this? And do you need to book? Woo, woo, woo. That's what it's saying. Because right now, that is pissing, hurting some people off, and they don't mind. Just pay attention. You know I'm telling the truth, because look at our youngins. Come on. Base it off of it. Look what's in the court. Hit for hire, da 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 da. Come on. So if our young folks energy like that, why wouldn't you think the watch this? Thank you all. Thank you. All praise to the Most High. It don't matter because I ain't liked anyway. So don't like this right here. You parents, some of you glorify that your child hold guns and shoot at people. Charles White's right. It's gotten so bad out here. Listen to me. You wear this? Listen. That black man that said that, tell her he ain't lying. He right on. We sit back and glorify, cry, free such and such and all this crap. These kids, these young ones out here taking each other out, and they ours, and they got money in their pocket, but they still taking each other out. Why wouldn't you think those who was thirsty to do that back in the day when you didn't have no power, when we didn't have the collective energy to say, I bet you better not. We'll tear this world up before we go back to that. I'm telling you today. So I don't empower the little punks that's running around here hanging people. One reason why, because it could be our own. You better bear witness. If they'll sit out there and put hide for hit on each other, you don't think they'll do this like this and make it look like a damn race war to want that? Open your brain. They got no heart out here to care for each other. So how dare you even wearing this to think that they won't set that type shit up? But I don't take it out the hands of those who've been doing this for ages, since I was born, you, grandparents and all that, to not even creep in and say, you know what? They're out there taking each other out again. Let's go get a few. Makes sense to me. Because what does it show? We don't care about ourselves. Bite that bullet. As long as your young kids out here, black folk, continue to show other people, other races, don't give a damn. And if you say, nah, Sean, that ain't the environment, that you a lie. A hot flying lie. And you know it. And you know it. So that encourages. Hell, they don't like themselves. They don't give a damn about themselves. They can't get along with themselves. Shoot, let's get us a few. Because we also feel it ain't all of them. Them old heads we didn't get enough of them old heads during the pandemic. Right, Farmer? Right, Boss? Right, Steve? See what I'm talking about? Right, Wilborn? Valentine, Myra, all y'all, right? They didn't get enough of us during the pandemic. So we still here. And we still gonna influence and encourage our babies and then protect them in every way necessary. So the necessity right now is gather up our babies, stop all the clowning and circusing until we figure out what's going on. if they ain't got nothing to get, then what they gotta do? Show their hand. And that's when we be ready. See how it go? We ain't gotta protest nothing. Just gather us up. That's what they want you protesting so they can see who the leaders, who this and who that, and da-da-da. We ain't gotta do all that. We all leaders. That's what I'm doing today for me. Empowering so many. Lead yourself within. Because when we do it within first, then it's too easy to do it with each other outside. See what I'm talking about? When you find inside, lead within yourself, you'll know how silly it is for you to get in some truck or some car and go somewhere with other people. No, yeah, we gonna have a little party. Shing ding, hing ding. Yeah, okay, hold on. I'm gonna get some of my folks and stuff so we can go over here and enjoy collectively. To ensure ain't nothing gonna happen to me, you, and anybody else. That's what it's boiled down to. But no, beloved, no. That this is propaganda to lead us backwards. Know that. And know that we're not going backwards. Not this era ain't. We ain't going back to that. We will boycott everything around here and squeeze folks that got power that's probably paying people, because we know about the SPLC, right? Stop playing. See what I'm talking about? It's been in courts. It's been publicized. Groups, organizations that we are part of, backed organizations that will do this type of stuff in some way or form. Come on, stop playing. Okay? So it's three things. A power structure that ain't got the power right now, want their power structure back. And ain't it fitting? I'm not sitting up here alibiing President Trump or his cabinet or anything. I see the same thing you see. But it's so easy to put it in their hands as, oh, they're racist and da-da-da, because it helps fit the crap that's going on. And so then people want to get him out of office. Don't think Sean's sitting up here stupid. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. We will go. See what I'm talking about? That's why me. Because, Sean, will my folks go that far? Yeah, the kids are. The kids ain't. The kids ain't. Our kids ain't. Our kids ain't hiring their own. Go kill a boy. Who? The one that looked like me? Same. Yeah. That's competition. Tell me I'm lying, fam. Tell me, no, bro, no, you liar. That ain't happening. You sleep? You sleeping through these trials? Because it's been 30 years and one's in court now. Come on, beloved. That's why. These are gems. This is priceless. I don't need to get paid for this. That's why. Thank you, Most High. All praise. All praise. So put our thinking caps on, beloved, because we don't know where it's coming from. But how we find out where it's coming from, let's do this. Let's back off. Let's back off. Every time we going somewhere, you ain't in the neighborhood where you can go by yourself and you know you're okay because you got people in your neighborhood that'll look after you and stuff like that, drive around, make sure you straight. You ain't in one of them, da-da-da. You got to go by 2s, 3s. Make sure you got your phone. It's loaded, ready to record. See how it go? We got to get out the energy of, ooh, I can go over here. Let's everybody. Not no segregation or nothing like that. You see what I'm talking about? Desegregation. No. Just back off. Just back off. It's hot right now. See how it go? It's hot. It's hot. Best place right now for us right now is entertain each other on these damn things, digital and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? It's your new entertainment, us. And we got to teach our babies. See what I'm talking about? This is the time. That's why Most High is brought the energy back of meditation and prayer, because now it's time for our children to get back in that moment. We gotta catch these babies, y'all. We gotta get them, and they're gonna listen. They don't want to lose either. You see what I'm talking about? And they listen and they understand what's going on just as much as we are, because they out there. But they out there and they might be saying stuff like, "Oh, y'all over exaggerating. Oh, y'all that." So then we just continue to filter the information, not in a disharmonious way, to throw it up in our beloved other races' faces, stuff like that. See what y'all did to us? No. That just permeates hate. But in a learning way, effective way, like we've been doing. But we see it has PO'd some of them because they like, it's talking to a wall, like to some, just like in our culture. Stop playing. That's why they up there hiring folks and thinking it's cool. This has become cool. Get a little money, man. Do like this, do like such and such. They took out such and such. And you think these children, watch this. You think these children, they ain't paying attention to that, Sean. They trying to rap and make it the honest way and do it like, LL, or do it like, such and such, Queen T, then come from the music and then go to the movies and that. Nah. Go like this. Shake it off. Go like this. Yeah, Sean right. Just do that, and I'm gonna show you. You're gonna be on. Just do that. Yeah. Watch this. You got 30, 40, 50, some 60s, 70-year-olds. If they ain't got Scarface hanging up in they, you see what I'm talking about? Yeah. Glorified that fool. And everything else, gangsters and all that. See what I'm talking about? Grown. So where you think it come from? Where you think it come from? Shorty got to go over uncle's house, pop house sometime. Like, oh, you got Scarface? What's Scarface? Oh, you don't know Scarface? Hey, let's sit down and watch Scarface. Now, I know. You can't say I'm lying. I know. Because if it ain't Scarface, some demonstrous monk. You see what I'm talking about? Da ain't no good killer, thief, pimp. We in pimp culture, high to kill culture. Just us. That's what he talking about, Taylor. See what I'm talking about? So that, when other races see that, they don't care. Man, hey, look. When you think about it, put yourself in them shoes. Put yourself in somebody that has the mind of a 60s on how to handle people, because the brain is too damn small to handle it like this. Because they don't come from that. Understand that first. Now put yourself in they shoes. Ain't been able to hang folks for what, how long? Thirsty. My daddy, my uncle, my granddaddy. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. There's some out there think like that. Know how I know? Watching people on video like 5-10 years ago pulling the Klan's thing out their chest. Watching people who a person died and showing what was left behind in some of their belongings. So hell yeah. Hey, won't get back to doing it? They ain't gonna know. So we have to figure it out, and the only way to figure it out is collect up, right? Collect the movement right now, if you care. That's only if you care. If you don't care, you're gonna be set the example. And we'll just be crying over the examples. Because this is a state of emergency right now. We're supposed to bring our village back. Now we're forced to bring the village back. We're supposed to bring the village back on our own reconnaissance because we know what the third eye means to us. Now we're being forced to bring that back because many don't see who've been shunning that, shunning spirituality, all that stuff. It's here. You being instructed. Prescription. See what I'm talking about? If you go in places that you know dang well, hey, it's more of whatever, I need to collectively, it's crazy. Cause the kids showing us, your young folks showing you already. Your young folks that are real about it, tell me I'm lying. Your young folks that are real about it, you can't catch them. Hey, we're gonna catch one of them. You know what I'm talking about? The real, we're gonna catch one of them alone. No, you ain't. They gang. No, you ain't. And if you do it, I'm saying something. I don't condone violence. I condone protection and defense. You have a right to defend yourself and you have a right to protect yourself. Everybody understand? Everybody understand? Next. Now we seeing what we need to pay attention to, Mr. Taylor, and everybody else that know what they doing. Steve-O, all of us. Who is saying no flock cameras? Because I ain't seen too many black folks saying no flock cameras. Cameras been in our areas all the time. I'm lying? We used to that. We throw rocks at our kids throwing rocks. You know what I'm talking about? Stop throwing that rocks at that camera. I need to know who burglarized in my house. Which one of you? See, we come on now. Because it was saying, I think old boy said, Delvery said, if I say your name, I'm sorry about that. You want Delroy, said 60 to 30% cool with them and 60% of us not. So you got to ask, who is that? Who is that don't want the flock cameras? I tell you who. I don't want no flock cameras in my rich neighborhood and you getting my tag saying I'm speeding, saying I'm doing this, seeing I'm benefits because I'm rich and all this and now that I got money. We don't want no flock cameras in there. You putting pressure on us. Well, we trying to find out who doing what around here, like the police officer said. So we trying to find out who doing what in these neighborhoods. You want to find out who hanging people? Get the flock cameras everywhere. Stop fooling yourself. That's the pressure. I bet you put flock cameras everywhere where these people got hung. I guarantee you'll find out who did this. I'm lying? I'm lying, Mr. Taylor. Or anybody else. And I'm not saying, bro, that you know what I'm saying? I'm just to the situation at hand. You've never had a problem being spied on cameras on. You always knew it was because of your power and who you are. But there's communities that ain't never had cameras on there like that because they benefit from doing whatever they want. Now, we need to put the pressure on the law, keep the flock cameras. But watch this though. You're gonna find out how much your society love you. That's why we keep collecting our own. Because if the law, and it go up to the law, and they say, hey, take the flock camera, that's invasive privacy and all that, then you're gonna find out, they can care less about who getting hung out here. The law don't even care, because flock cameras can stop a lot of that. See what I'm talking about? Yeah, when you saying how that? Okay, all through that day, such and such, when the coroner come and say, test the body, and how, watch this, how long the person been dead? Oh shoot, at least 8 hours, 24 hours. Oh, okay, yeah. And where cameras at? Yeah, we got a ringtone camera here, and yeah, okay, we can see bodies. Okay, what about flock camera? Yeah, we got flock camera here on that side and one over here. Okay, within that time frame, I'm gonna need every registration of car, license. Don't play, baby. Us. So that's the other side, forcing the law. Because watch this. There's laws on the books saying protect Asians, right? Didn't they just have this? Protect Jewish people, right? Everybody gets rights when something goes up. Everybody, yeah. Hello? See the amount of people when our Jewish community, you even say anti-Semitism or anything negative, anything, everybody rushing to the podium. Ain't nobody, who died? Who the hell died? Don't say nothing, don't anti-Semitism, don't say nothing to Jews, don't, you getting hung. You actually getting hung. We are getting hung. Who running to the podium? Justice Thompson. Anybody who running there for us? Saying another black man getting here, a woman getting hung, and if I find it as another race, we're gonna crucify you. Nobody. 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 So until that's done, we have to force the hand of the law to protect us too. Cause mighty funny, so willing to protect us when we was on that plantation. Have I lost anybody? Have I lost anybody? I wish another master would come over and try to steal another slave. Boy, stop. See how the game play? Now there ain't no mastership. Now you becoming your own master. Now you don't need all that Gucci and Blucci and all that stuff to make you feel like you somebody. Now that people done come around and shown you always been somebody. Now they don't want to protect you. Let's go. Prescription. Once again, to my beloved outside, the black, the African American, whatever you want to call us, race. We know how far we've come. We know on both sides the people, John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, so many Jewish community, rabbis, every religion you name, march with that man to show it ain't everybody, yo. And if it is, we're gonna make it where this is not gonna be the defining of the history for everybody. That part of history is defined for a particular group. That is weak, beloved. When you do that type of behavior, you display weakness. So now is our time to display strength. We ain't like this. All we are is bye like this. But like this. See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? And then the next thing, we equate this to fight. Physical. And at times that's what they want because that's the weak. That's also weak. Physical. Is it necessary? Yeah. Time. Yeah. But last resort. Because don't you see how hard it is to be peaceful for certain people? Does anybody see how hard it is to be peaceful, to come to the peace table? That even make it, looking at that history, having to live this like this, even makes it hard on ourselves to be peaceful because there's no peace around us. There's no peace within us. It's been exhausted out because of the filthy tension and filthy warmongering. Because they make them money. They're going to keep going to war. Let me show you why war is going to keep. It making money. It's making money. In some way or way. Watch this. Why? Why lean so heavy? Because your kids, you're not going to the mall. You stop going to Vegas. You're not buying the cars. The luxury is, tell me I'm lying. So when you're not doing that, because if you ain't doing it and your children ain't doing, they looting. They're like, man, we ain't paying for this stuff. We know they get this stuff for dimes of the dollar over there. And they sell it to us for $100 something. Nah, we ain't. See what I'm talking about? So how are they gonna get their money? War. War is the biggest money machine ever. See what I'm talking about? So what we're gonna start doing now, we're gonna go into that. If we want to protest, let's start protesting no war. No more war. We're tired. We're tired. We're tired. So that's how it goes. And then you'll see. Then we'll really see what our side is about, because then we see, are we tired of war? You'll see about yourself. Are you tired of war? About that? Or do you don't care if you like that? No, I don't care what they're doing. They over there. You can think, if you think like that, then you the one that you're our problem too. You're our problem too. Because we just told you it's spiritual. It's spiritual. And it's a spiritual family within there. You don't think I know that there's people on that battlefield. They got a phone, they watch. Around this world watch. So the human beings are being raised up in so many ways. Knowing, yeah, I ain't, my heart ain't in killing people and killing each other and stuff like that. Yeah, nah. But leaders are. Why? They ain't gotta go on the battlefield. Shit, yeah. Mustard, tell them to go on that front. Yeah, over there. Move them up. Yeah. All right. Hey, what time you going home to eat? Yeah, I'm finna go home right now. I'm finna go home with the dinner. What time you going to bed? Shit, 10? Yeah. And generals and everybody else on the battlefield. Don't get it twisted. Everything Nip said is here. Big business gonna fall. New inventions, new people gonna come in. That meant the war, that meant all over, beloved. Folks tired of this way of leadership, and this don't get us nowhere. And then the next thing, you see how old these people are. Yeah, for sure. You see how old, they ain't gonna be around, all right? So what we do, continue doing what you're doing, and the little bees that's up under, bastard childs and stuff like that think that they're gonna take the throne and reins of what once lead. No, that ain't finna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get worse for them, because the layer of protection they thought they had, they think they have now, that's gonna dissipating, and then once it's gone, come on, because ours, they're gonna clean themselves out. They're gonna tell on each other and all that stuff like they doing right out. So let that do what they do and all them apples and all that stuff. But what we gotta do, we have to preach to these young babies that's watching this stuff, that love these little rappers, and you see I'm doing little rappers and all that stuff, and we have to start creating our big inner folks to never think little of themselves, so they don't call them little nothing. You want to talk about pet peeve that stirs me? That crap. So Taylor, who you got to own that to? That are little, I'm not siding with nobody, but I'm giving you yin and yang, bro. We put these young folks in danger, in situations where what else you'd expect? They calling them still little this and little that, and where'd they get that from? Let me see. Did they get it from little Eminem? Bring me some little M&Ms. Little Machine Gun oh, Lord. Little Harlow. You don't want to own that though, huh? Because that's these are your favorite rappers and shit. I know, see what I'm talking about? That's us. But we don't never want to look at that stuff. Blame it on them. Blame it on that. Blame it all on that. Get your head out your ass. Love to the high song. Brush.